All right, everyone, buckle up. So today we're diving into figuring out if the factory skid plates and armor on the 24 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon are up to snuff for off-roading and rock crawling, or if we need to beef things up with some aftermarket upgrades. So let's take a look. Okay, now full disclosure, I'm a first-time Jeep owner. So I took my delivery of my Wrangler back in January, and like any overexcited Jeep rookie, after resolving a few issues, I packed it up and promptly drove 2,000 miles to Moab. Yep, Moab. And so my very first day, hell's revenge. And no, I didn't tackle the optional insane obstacles. I'm crazy, but not that crazy. I did finish the trail and even got some helping hand from some seasoned Jeepers on the top of the World Trail that has a couple of very difficult obstacles. So I got a lot of help. You can't catch all the action on my YouTube video, so that's a shameless plug. Fast forward a year, and after 10 trails, including 9 Jeep trails, it's time for the damage report. What held up, what got chewed up, and what needs a little TLC before the next adventure. Let's find out. So I already took off the front skid plate so we can see better under. And as you can see, I have a little damage here, a little I skid off a rock at Steel Bender Trail. And basically you can take this off. This is right in front of the Jeep here under. You can take it off with it has 5 13mm bolts here and 2 here. And you can just take that off, it comes off very easily. Okay, so let's put the Jeep on maybe the jack stands so we can see better. Okay, let's take a look. We'll start here in front and just go all the way back. Okay. So all these rods look pretty good. I don't see anything on them. I do see, however, where I hit something here. Looks like I might have scraped a little bit. And yeah, so maybe a diff cover, maybe something we want to invest in. Let's see what else. Okay, next I see a little bit here, right on these brackets that hold the front of the lower control arm. Okay, everything looks good here. Near the tires. Next, moving on down, the next area that I see where I've scraped is this cross member that goes all the way across, and there's another bar here, and you got the transmission right up here on top. And so this seems to be well protected and well positioned. So kudos to Jeep. And you can see where I've actually scraped a few places here, including here where the the lower control arm is. So I'm not sure how I hit this, but looks like this area here, but it looks like it held up. I just need to put a little bit of paint in it. So I think this cross member is doing its job. I don't think I need to replace that. That looks good. Then moving on down, you can see quite a bit here, right under where the transfer case is, and quite a bit of scraping here. So this is more towards the middle of the Jeep. And you can see also some scraping here on this cross member. And then the same thing for the skid plate for the gas tank. You can see a lot of scrapes here. So most of the damage or scrapes are here towards the middle, under the transfer case and on the gas tank. And both of these skid plates have done their job. I don't think any reason to upgrade them for now. I'm gonna leave them as is. Okay, let's keep moving on. Further down, you can see some skids here on this cross member. And this is holding up the gas tank skid plate. So everything else looks good. I don't see any damage to the drive shafts anywhere. Looks perfect. Again, it's really kind of amazing that Jeep's figured this out over the years, because all the scraping's done where they have the skid plates. Again, so here on the back tires, you can see Jeep's put a bracket, and there's some scraping that I've done here. But again, looks like Jeep's done a good job there. So I think I'm okay here. I don't see anything bent. Moving down on the driver's side, on the back tire. Let me move the light here so you can see better. Again, you can see on the lower control arm, which makes sense. This is pretty low. Probably the lowest point here from what I can see. Again, I've done a little bit of scraping to where the shock connects and the lower control arm connects. So this is one area that I have to look into. Maybe look at doing something there. And on the diff covers, here I have just a tiny bit right here and here scraped. And on this side, again, same thing. And moving up. So a little bit here. Not sure how I hit that, but again, Jeep has, looks like they put a bracket here on purpose. So that's good. But here in the bottom, on both sides, I need to see if I can do something there. Okay, and here on my muffler, I got a little bent, but it's not too bad. Nothing to be concerned about. A little bit of scrape here, obviously, on the steel bumpers on both sides. I'll put some paint on there. But looks like they held. They've done a good job. Again, these are all factory OEM. Here on the hitch, looks like a little bit of scrape here. Okay, I won't bore you with painting. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a paintbrush and just apply Eastwood paint onto the different areas that need it. All right, folks, I did what any responsible Jeep owner would do after beating up the rig on 10 trails as a total beginner. I crawled back under the Jeep for a closer look. And guess what? I've pinpointed 2 trouble spots that need some love. Now, before you panic and start throwing thousands of dollars at skid plates, yes, they get that expensive, let me stop you right there. I don't think I need the full Fort Knox treatment just yet. Here's what I found after my Jeep's trial by fire. Number 1, rear and front suspension danger zones. Apparently, the spots where the lower control arms and shocks connect are the Jeep's low hanging fruit. And by fruit, I mean stuff that hits the rocks first. Not only are these the lowest points, but they also have almost no protection. It's like sending your Jeep into battle wearing flip-flops. Number 2, the vulnerable differentials. Let's talk about the diffs, especially the front one. It's just sitting out there in the middle doing all the hard work. If you take it out, congratulations. You're now the proud owner of a very expensive stationary lawn ornament. Seriously, if you mess up your differentials, you're not just stuck on the trail, you're stuck questioning your life's choices. So yeah, those are the 2 areas I'm focusing on reinforcing with some aftermarket upgrades. I'm not saying I'm turning my Jeep into a tank, but a little armor here and there, definitely cheaper than a tow off the trail and a sad drive home.